Hello and welcome back to some more F1 2020 and part 11 of my team career mode with Jordan GP. I'm Joe if you're new around here, and if you are enjoying this series, make sure you keep smashing that like button down below. It has been incredible, the support so far, so thank you very much for that. Make sure you click that subscribe button if you haven't already for daily F1 2020 content. But today we have the Austrian Grand Prix, of course. We've become very familiar over the last couple of weeks with the Austrian GP circuit, with the first two Grand Prix of the 2020 season taking place there. So it will be very interesting. Having a look at the R&D in progress, we have got two big upgrades coming in for the British Grand Prix. Fingers crossed that they don't fail. We've got a major engine upgrade coming on the 6th of July and a minor chassis upgrade coming on the 15th of July, and as you can see, that's going to give us quite a bit of performance. Then the next week after that, so in time for the Hungarian Grand Prix, we've got a major aerodynamics update. So there's plenty of things to look forward to. If those three pass through with flying colours, we'll be roundabout up to the Alfa Romeo performance by the end of Hungary. Obviously, the other teams are going to improve as well. So actually, how far we progress is going to be debatable, but we'll see. But hopefully we'll have a good Grand Prix, and I'll see you guys in qualifying. Right then, let's take you on a lap of this Spielberg circuit in Austria. Again, pace not too bad in practice. In fact, we were fastest in FP1 as we've got a new sponsor, and the goal bonus is to be fastest in or get the fastest lap in any session. So I just stuck everything into rich, overtake button on, soft tyres on, and took first position by a tenth of a second over Valtteri Bottas right at the end. So we managed to complete our sponsor goal, 350k in the bank. Don't think we'll be quite that fast today in qualifying, and well, all I'm hoping for today is a better performance than what we had last time out in France, because we were pretty poor last time in France, of course. But I'm hoping for a much more positive performance here. This isn't too bad a start, and here we come round the final corner. What's it going to be? It's a 105.9, which puts us third fastest at the moment. I think we can improve on that though. Well, here we come round the final corner. We're already 3/10 up on this second lap, and that's a 105.7, which will hopefully improve our chances, and we go ahead of Lance Stroll at the moment. You can see, again and time again, we haven't got enough fuel to complete the lap this time, but it shows me there's more pace in the car. Well, as you can see, guys, with a few minutes left to go, we are currently in 11th place with our 105.7. Mick Schumacher with a 106.1, just outside of the spots to get through to Q2, but of course, time's very, very close around here. I think we can get another couple of tenths out of our time to really solidify our spot in Q2. So I'm going to go out there again on a fresh set of boots, and I'll see you guys when I'm out on track. Well, here we come round the final corner. This is a much better lap, 3/10 quicker, and we head up to 9th place. That's going to help us as we push onto this final possible lap of the session. 2/10 slower, unfortunately, than our first turn one, and that's probably going to affect us the rest of the way. Quicker onto this straight, you can see we're slightly down on our previous time. I think we'll be okay though. 9th position should be safe enough to get through to Q2, which will be the first time we've actually got through since Monaco, I believe. So a long time ago now, or maybe Baku actually. We can see we're dipping in and out of the green times, but that was a slow corner, and we're now a tenth down on where we were before. But I don't think we can get much quicker than this as we head round the final corner, and yes, we're tenths down, so we come up to the line. We don't improve, but we do get through to Q2 in 9th place, which is absolutely fantastic. Will be interesting to see whether Mick Schumacher got through as well. Let's have a little look. He did. He got through in 14th place, 2 tenths behind us, a 1:05.5 for him. So going out in Q1 is Magnussen, Stroll, Gasly, Russell, Grosjean and Nicholas Latifi. Well, coming up for our first lap in Q2, and it's going to be slow at 1:05.8.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining,
which is such a shame, but we just had such a scruffy end to the lap. I mean, we will be able to hopefully improve on this second lap like we did in Q1. Obviously that disadvantages us, because if we do get through and this is our quickest time, we'll have 2 laps on these soft tyres as opposed to 1. But we seem to be going significantly quicker, so I'm going to keep it planted for the rest of this lap. A little bit wide there, but doesn't cost us too much. But we are dropping time now. But this last corner we're definitely going to get more time out of. There's Mick Schumacher, he's in 8th at the moment. We come round the final corner, much better exit, and we come up to the line 3 tenths quicker, and it's going to be a 1:05.4. So that's a pretty decent lap time. I think we can still improve further on that, to be honest with you. And look at the delta. Because we need to get a good exit on the final corner, I think we can do 1 more good lap in this session. Just trying to work out where we can be quicker. See, this turn 4 we were a little bit wide before, so that's even more wide. So I'll just return to the garage and stick on a new set of boots. Well, here we come up to the line. Much better time, 4 tenths of a second gained. And that puts us up into P8 at the moment. I'll tell you what, a little bit faster out of that exit. We did get a little bit of a warning for track extension. See, just very, very slightly down on our previous time as we're coming through. Ocon goes 10th, so he's not going to go above us. He was a potential one to knock us out. Oh, this is going to be so close. This time is so close to being exactly the same as our last time. Here we come flying round, and we are going to actually improve. And there you go. We do improve and qualify 7th. Wow, what a lap that was. And look how close it was. That half a tenth improvement took us up to 7th place and into Q3 for the first ever time. Absolutely brilliant. And there you go. Ahead of Valtteri Bottas. Obviously, he was on the medium tyre. But going out in Q2, Giovinazzi, Ricciardo, Kvyat, Raikkonen, Mick Schumacher, an excellent 15th, and Lando Norris in 16th. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we only gave ourselves 1 shot at glory on the qualifying tyres, and we come up to the line. And where do we qualify? 7th. What an excellent qualifying session that was for us. To qualify 7th in the Jordan is a monumental effort. The car was hooked up brilliantly, and we qualify 7th. Wow.
Top 3 today.
Whew.
And Charles Leclerc. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Well, out-qualifying Alexander Albon there in 8th is a terrific achievement for us, ahead of Sainz and Ocon as well. Our best ever qualifying for the Jordan GP team, and only a second off pole position. I mean, you know, you can say it's the Austrian circuit. You know, a second off around a minute lap is pretty poor, but you know, in the grand scheme of things, where we were last weekend in France and where we are now, absolute miles apart. But there you go. That is qualifying. We start 7th tomorrow, barring any penalties for the top 6. So I'll hand over to David Croft and Anthony Davidson to take you through the 2020 Austrian Grand Prix.
This is it then, race day in Spielberg for this year's Austrian Grand Prix. The grandstands were a sea of red in 2019 thanks to the commemorative hats in honour of the late great Niki Lauda, who took home victory of course back in 1984. And it's a sellout crowd once again here today. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is barely a corner at all. They'll be flat out through there, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. Alongside me once again for coverage of today's race, it's none other than the great Anthony Davidson. Let's have a chat about McLaren. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The fence starts from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel, and Perez. The captain, Albon, Sainz, and Esteban Ocon. Giovinazzi, Ricciardo, Daniel Kvyat, and Raikkonen, Schumacher, Norris, Kevin Magnussen, and Lance Stroll, Gasly, Russell, Grosjean, and Nicholas Latifi. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So in what could be the final race of this combination of drivers, we start in 7th, Mick Schumacher in 15th, by far our best qualifying as a team so far. So looking at the strategy, going to be on soft then mediums, although I think coming in a lap earlier is going to be probably the better option. I don't know, it doesn't seem to think so, but I think we want to get in and get fresh tyres on, try and get the undercut on the guys around us. So yeah, I'm going to go for that strategy. So let's get into it. But what a fabulous qualifying session it was. And hopefully we can continue
We're not seeing any
today.
technical issues coming off the practice start. Watch the RPM on the full start. We don't want to bog down.
We want to be able to finish 7th. I mean, that would be our best result so far. I think we're perfectly capable of doing that, but it's going to be all about the start, isn't it? And getting off that line well, making sure that, like in Spain, unlike in Spain I should say, we get through turn 1 unscathed. You know, I think we're pretty good off the line.
Time being, conditions looking good.
We're pretty good off the line, so we will get a good initial getaway. It's all going to be about that second phase of the start and making sure we nurse it through turn 1. But we shall see how it all goes, and I'm very nervous about it, because I do think this is a great opportunity to get our 5th points result of the season, which of course means we will be getting our bonus at the end of the year, which is very, very important. And that's about 5 million, the bonus, so that will really, really help towards us improving the car next year, improving the facilities, But here we come, lining up on the grid. Valtteri Bottas on pole, Lewis Hamilton in second, Charles Leclerc third with Verstappen fourth, Vettel fifth, Perez sixth, we're seventh with Albon eighth, Sainz ninth, Ocon 10th, Giovinazzi 11th, Ricciardo 12th.
As soon as the grid has formed, be ready with the clutch.
So here we go. Just waiting for Nicholas Latifi line up in the final position, and here we go. Lights out, away we go here in at the Red Bull Ring. I was going to say in Styria, you know, to go with what F1 have been calling it this last week. But we're off the grid well and through turn one safely, and I think that was the most important part. We have got Sainz having a little look round the outside. We're going to try and hold it down the inside. We've got a chance on Perez here. Yellow flags, so something must have happened behind. I'm not entirely sure what's happened behind, but we've now got the overtake button going wild. Well, we're having a little look down the inside. Nearly had the Albon-Hamilton incident there, but we're okay. We're safely through, and now we just got to settle down and...
Position on lap 1, that's not great, but it's not terrible. Stay focused.
Shut up, Jeff. It is fantastic that we're still in 7th place and catching Perez ahead. Go a little bit wide there, but that's a good exit. So good lap 1. Well, we've got DRS on Perez, so this should allow us to close up. And as long as we get a good exit out of this next corner, which we do, this should be like taking candy from a kid. We're closing in. Oh, he comes over to the inside to defend, but he leaves us space and we glide through. Use a bit of the overtake button to try and get that second gap. But we're up into 6th position, which is pretty damn good, and now into clean air. So it's time to push. Okay, so we're coming into the pits on this lap. So it's going to be very important that we hold this position. We've managed to just about stay in front of Perez. He's not really got...
Everything's looking good.
He's not really got within striking distance of overtaking us. This is the closest he's been this whole time, and we're coming into the pits, so that's absolutely fine. We're going to have brand new tyres to help us out. So here we come into the pit lane then. Need to make sure we absolutely nail this. But we're in, and it looks like we are the first in, so that's pretty good in my opinion. It gets us hopefully out in free air. So here we come.
Exit now.
Oh, in 2 seconds, that's an excellent pit stop.
Last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Just need to be careful on the pit exit. And there you go. So here we are. Out again. Hopefully able to push hard. Unfortunately, Mick Schumacher has dropped well down the field into 19th position. That's a huge disappointment. A few of the drivers can't quite tell. Yeah, Perez is one of them. So look at the amount of time we've made on Sergio Perez. So this is a pretty good strategy so far. We have got the 2 Williams cars ahead of us, and I really hope they don't slow us down. But we have got yellow flags. Not entirely sure what's happened. Somebody out of the race, potentially. Not really sure what's going on. Still got green flags going. Ocon's out of the session, so again, Esteban Ocon. Well, here we are on Nicholas Latifi. Hopefully we can get down the inside here. And we do.
Brilliant. Nice move.
So back up to 8th position now, which is excellent. So pretty much guaranteed some points. Well, up to 6th now. Just past Gasly and Giovinazzi in the pit lane. So 6th place, 9 seconds behind Vettel though. Well, Max Verstappen is out of the session, and look at him, he's right on the racing line. Surely that's not safe. Yeah, virtual safety car.
Reduce speed immediately and keep a positive delta. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
Well, look at Daniel Ricciardo. Surely he's going too quick. But we're up to 4th here, so that's pretty crazy. I'm very surprised it
is ending. Maintain your pace until the green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green. Green flag.
So there we go. We're out again. And I think, you know, Ricciardo certainly wasn't going at the delta I was, which was a bit of a shame. I'm assuming, is Verstappen still round here? No. Well, who's that in the pits? It's Vettel! It's Vettel! Sebastian Vettel is in the pits. We're up to 3rd here. Well, there goes Ricciardo into the pit lane, so that's the pressure off us. We are in 3rd position, folks. Can you believe it? This could well be our first ever podium. Right here. And, you know, a lot of it is because other cars seemingly have got into a tangle.
Up to the next car is currently 12 seconds.
I don't know whether, you know, maybe Sebastian Vettel crashed into Verstappen. Maybe that's why he had to come in, because I said Verstappen was right on the racing line. But absolutely unbelievable. And we're in 3rd position. Carlos Sainz is the car behind us. We've just got to hold on here for 3 more laps.
Behind is gaining on you by 0.5 a lap.
Well, we've held off the challenge of Sainz there. That was too close.
Our gap to the car in front is 15.4 seconds.
He seemed to go for it and lose himself. This is quite unbelievable, really. All we got to hope for is a Hamilton and Leclerc incident, and we'll win the race. Should be unbelievable. It really would be. But Sainz is just so much quicker than us. I think our tyres have gone. Sainz just keeps gaining through this sector. You can see how marginal we are for fuel. Well, here comes Carlos Sainz. On the last lap of the race, we're going to try and hold it down the inside, and we do. Don't know what was going on there. The car seemed to trip out. But we're just about holding on. We're trying to block off any sort of attack from Carlos Sainz. Yes, the move was a little bit naughty. But this could be our first ever podium here for Jordan. One more corner to go. We come round and we're going to come up to the line. Are we going to finish in 3rd? Yes, we are. It's our first ever podium.
That's a fantastic podium. Super driving, really strong pace. Very, very happy.
Well, what a drive that was to take the win for Ferrari today. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
Ferrari are at it again, an excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there.
Well, what a proud moment. We're up there. We don't get to see much of us. It's all about Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton, but we are stood up there for Jordan, our first ever podium. Absolutely unbelievable. And there you go, we gained some XP. Very, very nice. Move up to level 7 now.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Now, let's discuss, Ant, who would you say is a contender for Driver of the Day?
I mean, can it be anyone else other than Danny Kvyat? His performance today really set him apart from the other drivers out there. He's got to be happy with how he's done here this weekend.
It's time to check out the Constructors' standings. Our championship leaders retain their position, but their lead is shrinking. Meanwhile, good work from Racing Point this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order.
All respect to the fans' choice, they fully deserve it, but I just feel that my pick had a little more on their plate, so their ability to keep a cool head and come through for such a strong finish made the difference, at least in my opinion.
And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Well, there you have it then. Quite unbelievable. A podium finish. It was a crazy end, and of course, maybe a little bit dirty on Sainz there. But our pace was actually stronger than him over the race today. Actually, our pace was pretty much fifth best. You know, you look at Kvyat, he was slightly quicker, but actually Mick Schumacher was slightly quicker than us, which is a bit of a surprise considering he finished all the way down in 13th position. Sebastian Vettel finishes behind Mick Schumacher in 14th, so nobody gets the fastest lap point today. You can see there was two non-finishers, Max Verstappen and Esteban Ocon. Ricciardo, two-stopping today. He finished down in 18th position. Another two-stopper, Valtteri Bottas, finished in 9th. But there you go. That is quite unbelievable. We're up to 11th once again in the standings. I don't think we're going to trouble the top 10 positions, but 27 points from our first 11 Grand Prix. Quite unbelievable. We help ourselves in the race for 7th. You know, we're 11 points of Alfa Romeo and Alfa Tauri. Haas don't look like they're going to compete for that position this year. But that is quite unbelievable. Let's continue on. Our first ever podium in Formula One. And that is quite unbelievable. But whew.
Let's have your thoughts. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
Let's say the car is nimble and light. It was a breeze.
Everything went your way today. It looked like you had a really good strategy for the race.
I raced hard and got a podium finish. That's a good strategy. The team really pulled out all the stops. Good.
You're surpassing all expectations. Can anything or anyone stop you?
With this team behind me, I don't think so. There you go.
It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it?
Here she goes. It wasn't the cleanest race because of our little incident with Carlos Sainz there at the end. But it doesn't matter. But there we go. We win. We don't win. We get a podium. It feels like a win though. Goodness me, I was not expecting to get a podium this season. Certainly not with our current package. Maybe later in the year if we outdevelop other teams. But wow. Wow. And you can see massive acclaim boost for us and for Mick Schumacher. And that could be his final Grand Prix. Who knows? We have some decisions to make regarding that. But there you go, 961k. Because we did achieve the fastest lap in FP1. Got plenty of good money there as well. So another 100k. So another million in the bank. So I think I can't remember whether we pick our new second driver before Britain or after Britain. we'll have a little look. But yeah, it's gonna be tough to argue keeping. There you go. So we can renegotiate with teammate. Market value 2.5 million now. It doesn't seem what we want to, what we would like. Right. Well, I think we'll sort that out in the next episode. Let me know down in the comments what you think we should do. We can have a quick little look at the driver market here. And we can see that there is much better options now, value for money wise. We have got 4 million to spend, meaning we could get Latifi if we wanted, but I don't think that's too much of an improvement. And also we'd have to buy out his contract. We can obviously go for Nick de Vries, who's 69 rated, 2 million contract. Jack Aitken as well. Maybe get another British driver in there. I mean, I'm looking at Nick de Vries and he just seems a lot better in the race. He's got 1 less awareness, 2 less pace. What's Schumacher? 77 pace, you see. So actually, are we getting anything much better if we don't stick with Schumacher? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments section what you think, and we'll make a decision at the start of the next episode. So if you've enjoyed that, make sure you hit that like button down below. Your support has been absolutely amazing and really, really appreciated. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button for daily F1 2020 content. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.